Hawke's Bay Hawks come into tonight's NZNBL Rapid League fixture, looking to keep pace with the top half of the competition, currently floating around the middle of the ladder, whereas the Southland Sharks, visiting from Invercargill, are searching for rhythm and consistency down in 10th on the ladder. My name is Nathan Lim, and alongside me is tall fern Crystal Ledger-Walker. Crystal, welcome to the broadcast. What can we expect from tonight's fixture?
Yeah, I'm really intrigued in what to expect tonight. There's a few players out of the mix, so some injuries there, meaning we have some new players ready to take hold of this opportunity. So I'm really unsure about how this matchup is going to go.
Let's take a look at the standings. The Auckland Tuatara, they're dominating proceedings, 11 wins, 3 losses, up at the top of the ladder, and there they are down in 6th. The Hawke's Bay Hawks, 6 wins, 7 losses, coming off a 45-37 loss to the Tuatara just a couple of days ago at Event Finder Stadium. And down there in 10th, the Southland Sharks, 4 wins, 10 losses. They're actually coming off a loss to the Airs just by 2 points, 29-27. Dane Burtonshaw, a really key figure in that game for the Southland Sharks. And let's take a look at this lineup for the Sharks. We've got Will Ledger, Jack Ramage, Tautoko Wynyard, Quake Webster and Dane Burtonshaw. They're missing Tukaha Cooper due to an ankle injury. How much does that upset things for the Sharks?
Yeah, he is a massive loss for this Rapid squad. He had experience with the Breakers. We know he plays with a swag, that confidence on the offensive end, and that leadership and experience that he brings will definitely be missing. I'm looking for Quake Webster, Dane Burtonshaw to step up in his absence.
And for the Hawks, Kobe Costley, Barlin Carson, Maz Taylor, Ezra Eagle and Isaac Allen. There's a couple of outs for the Hawks as well. They're missing Jacob Murphy due to illness, and they're also without Kobe Cutter, who's been elevated to the NBL starting lineup because Clifton Bush got injured against the Tuatara. So a much different lineup for the Hawks as well. Yeah,
and that player right there on our player spotlight, I'm looking for him to have a bigger game today. Maz Taylor, we saw him get hot towards the end of the game in Rapid versus the Tuatara. With Jacob Murphy, that big scoring presence that he brings, I'm expecting Maz Taylor to get some more shots, some more looks and step up, and then Ezra Eagle in Kobe Cutter's absence as well.
Without a doubt. Match officials for this evening's game, Brad Clive, Sam Pan and Sam McFadgen. Just a few moments away from tip-off here on Sky Sport. This Rapid League fixture, I suppose we talked about it, we looked at that matchup though, Will Ledger. What's either player got to do there to get the edge?
Yeah, and that matchup a little bit of different positional-wise. Maz Taylor, he plays more on the perimeter, that three-point shooter. Will Ledger, he's sneaky, slicey inside. He'll back-cut you. He's slippery along the baseline, picks up offensive rebounds, averaging just over 6 points a game, 4 rebounds. You've got to contain him on the glass. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how that matchup unfolds. Yeah,
the Sharks will also be looking for some other scorers outside of Dane Burtonshaw too, because in their last game, Burtonshaw had 15 points. No one else scored more than 3.
I'm looking for Quake Webster. He's averaging just under 8 points per game, dishes out just under 3 assists, so a lot of offense goes through him. We've seen him have some impressive highlight ankle breakers this season already.
I'm sure there is more to come as we're about to get underway for tip-off. It'll be Isaac Allen up against Jack Ramage competing for the opening possession. Southland Sharks in that sort of beigey green get up, and the Hawks in the white.
No, sorry, the other
way around. My bad. So it is Ezra Eagle and Tautoko Wynyard, my bad, competing for the tip-off, and it goes the way of the Sharks. Neither team in their usual strip is an early foul is called.
Yeah, very early foul. First 10 seconds.
Inbound from Burtonshaw to Wynyard. Burtonshaw goes around the back. He started scoring for the Sharks. Here's Wynyard. Wynyard lays it up. Can't get it to fall. Just a little much on that layup.
Tautoko Wynyard so strong, definitely has a height advantage inside, but we spoke about it last game when Ezra Eagle had the matchup on those bigs. He uses his IQ well.
And there we go, Isaac Allen trying to get things underway from the three-point line. Won't go. Sharks will bring it back through Webster. Now here's Ledger. Burtonshaw, 3. Won't go, but the offensive board there from Wynyard. Burtonshaw back with his hands on the ball.
Good set from the Sharks on that. They ran that Spain pick and roll. If we have another look in this, that mismatch inside, Tautoko Wynyard in great positioning for that rebound. And just once again, the movement off the ball by Dane Burtonshaw to get himself in the paint.
Inbound for the Sharks is Wynyard. Behind, will put up a floater and still won't fall. Comes off the rim, off the backboard. We're still 0-0 in this contest. Over a minute in. Now putting up the 3 ball here is Eagle. That one's short, but the offensive board for Carson.
Mr. Eagle showing his versatility with that shot. Can they get it here?
Carson from the corner. Gets us underway, and the Hawke's Bay Hawks take a 3-zip lead. Oh, fumbled, and coming up with the steal as well there is Carson, going end to end. Actually, it's just gone out of bounds there with the Sharks.
Oh, look at that. Good hands from Webster to recover. Maybe on the pivot back in.
I think he might have been hard done by there. It'll be Hawks' ball. As the Sharks make a couple of replacements, Cairo Lee and Riley Snow come in to the picture. Riley Snow so dominant around the board. And a corner 3 opportunity for the Hawks. That one doesn't fall that time.
It's a good look for your shooter. We spoke about Jacob Murphy being out. You need Maz Taylor to get some looks and get going early. Will Ledger down low.
Can't lay it in off the board. Sharks just struggling to get going in this fixture. Bringing it back now is Costly. Here's Taylor. Loses possession of the ball. He just come up with it. Gives it off to Lee. Cairo Lee, he can't lay it in. Snow with the rebound, and Snow gets the Sharks underway.
Great initial defense by ball down low, but the Sharks just sticking with it.
Here come the Hawke's Bay Hawks through Taylor. Will put up the 3. Short, and another rebound for Snow.
Maz Taylor really aggressive, finding his shot. That's a great dribble on the move, but better hands by Taylor.
Fast break opportunity for the Hawks. Almost alley-oop over the top, but spraying out of court there for the Hawks was Taylor.
Maz Taylor back from Utah Prep Academy over in the States, was there on a scholarship back home. This is his game 2 suiting up, but his first one back on home soil.
Wynyard checks back in for the Sharks. Be Taylor to shoot free throws and slots the first.
Love that, and you can see his mum watching on, sitting on the bench. An Olympian, tall Fern captain, very good player herself. She'll be proud to watch her son courtside.
2 from 2 for Maz Taylor, and Webster will bring it back for the Sharks. Here's Snow. Burtonshaw. Like Burtonshaw trying to bring it to the rim. Won't quite get the bucket to fall, but he'll draw the foul and head to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
Dane Burtonshaw just exploring and finding gaps in that defense. You can see the body control going up for that shot as well through 3 Hawks defenders.
First free throw is short from Burtonshaw. Second one is good. Sharks have 3. Snow's the only player with a bucket so far for the Sharks. As the Hawks look to extend their advantage. Here's Costly. Puts up a mid-range floater. Won't go, but he'll get the offensive board. Now corner 3 opportunity for Key's ball. Won't go. Here's Tautoko Wynyard.
Tautoko Wynyard able to initiate the offense out of that rebound as well. And it's a great snake or jail dribble by Webster to get it to the big man down low.
Clear height advantage at the moment, the way the rosters stack up for Wynyard there in the paint. Look for them to go that avenue again. Sharks just taking their time here. 9 on the clock, 6 on the shot clock. Putting it up from about the free throw line. Flat attempt there from Taylor. Won't go, but the Sharks lose it out of bounds.
And as Taylor forced to make something happen with that one. Let's just have a look at that replay. Yeah, definitely Hawke's ball there.
They put up the 3 ball and oh, it's good to just about finish off the quarter. So the Hawks will go into the break with a 3-point lead. What a way to finish.
Yeah, he's a shooter. See, younger brother of Jackson Ball, who is now at the University of Wisconsin. He was released. The squad is really missing him, but he was high on his brother. He says he has the potential to be better than him. He's a little bit longer and can absolutely shoot the 3.
Key's ball there coming off the bench and making an instant impact. Carson has 3 points. Taylor has 2. And just the one genuine bucket for the Southland Sharks coming courtesy of Wynyard. Tell you what, that's a genuine dinner right there. $30 large cheese pizza from Sal's. Is the online code Sal's Champ 26. It's valid until tomorrow, so get amongst it. That might be my dinner plans tonight.
Smart man, smart man. Get it while you can. Okay, if I'm in these timeouts and these coaches, one thing I'm looking to tidy up are these offensive rebounds. We know that the Sharks have that height advantage, but the Hawks can still make that contact, get into the bodies and make space. They're smart. They've played undersized all year or all season so far, so they're used to that size advantage, but I think both teams can do a better job on that side of things.
The Sharks struggling to get the scoring going. And Riley Snow did have a bucket as well off the bench. There, Riley Snow, who's a prolific rebounder in this rapid league. And it's the Hawks with the first possession of the second quarter. Here's Allen. Isaac Allen trying to make a bit of space, and there's Wynyard too dominant at the rim, but a little bit of contact there, so chance to head to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line. Yeah, just almost jumped on top of him, didn't he?
Well, good job by Totoko not letting him get the 3-point play, just keeping it with these 2 free throws. But that's a great read, great back cut. The defender's shoulders were turned, slipped in when they weren't watching, and that's a good delivery from the passer as well.
Barlin Carson from the Chemist Warehouse free throw line looking to get the Hawks up into double digits. Won't be able to just there. Neto with the rebound, and the Sharks will bring it back through Webster.
We see the Hawks in a 2-3 zone right now. Giving up that size, potentially trying to pack that paint.
And trying to find a lane there and give the pass away was Webster, but it just came off the leg of a Hawks player. Yeah, off the leg of Eagle. Eagle, I think.
It's a good read. Sees his teammate cutting along the base. Great find with not much time left on the clock. Had to put it up. The Hawks secure the rebound.
Sharks almost came up with the rebound and all the way to the rim. There we go. The Hawke's Bay Hawks, and it's ball at the rim.
Hey, that's the way to come home and play. Get your crowd up on a Monday night.
Going back to retrieve it, there's Burton Shaw. Shaw stepping into the paint. Losing it there. 6 points the difference.
Have another look at that throwdown, and he might have even had a case to get the foul with the push in the back. The Hawks outrunning.
Inbound from Webster over the top to Wynyard. Looking for an option. Webster, nice ball over the top. Ledger can't get it to go in off the board, but draws a bit of contact.
Quick Webster will Ledger have that connection going right now. Webster missed him. Just the possession before. Will Ledger once again being sneaky along that base. Will Ledger, originally from Pukekohe, older brother Josh Ledger, plays for the Tuatara. If you think I'm biased, I might be because he is my cousin. But, you know, went down to the Sharks to get more opportunity and learn from the great Jonathan Yim that's been recruited down south.
It's costly. Bring it back for the Hawks. Leading by 5. Happy to use up the shot clock as Costly puts up the floater. A little too much on it. Foul is called though.
A little bit of a late call, I thought, on that shot. But Costly stays probing this defense. We can see he's really hunting that floater, trying to get paint touches and give himself a chance with the high release to get it over the big inside.
Costly makes it 2 from 2 at the Chemist Warehouse free throw line. And the margin is 7. As we mentioned last time out for the Sharks, Dane Burtonshaw had 15 points, but no one else able to score any more than 3. So Sharks really looking for scorers. Here is Burtonshaw from the three-point line. That one's short, but the offensive board from Ramage is Webster. Burtonshaw looks outside to Ledger, and Will Ledger's good from 3.
And that's bit of movement from the Sharks, got it side to side, really moved that defense, which opened up their shooter waiting in the wing.
This time Hawks Bay will have a go from 3. That one's short. Snow with the rebound.
Good step and look by the Hawks. Not afraid to put up the 3 ball right now. 2 from 8 from downtown.
Just trying to thread the needle there was Jack Ramage. Came off the foot of Costly. Sharks get the ball back. Burtonshaw, wow. They were there to meet him at the rim.
They were recovered late, but too late for Burtonshaw. Has the athleticism to get up, draw that contact in the air. But the pace that that play was run with, that set, is what opened him up.
Of course, if you're just joining us and you're new to Rapid League, it's a quick fire match with an all-Kiwi cast, 4-minute quarters. No NBL starters and only New Zealand players, so a chance for some young Kiwi athletes to get a bit more game time than they would otherwise if there was only the South NBL contest. Burnshaw's second free throw rims out. Costly comes up with it.
Uncharacteristic miss for Burdenshaw. Shoots the free throw at over 80%.
Sharks have had a bit of a run, but oh, the 3 ball off the backboard.
Did he call that? Man, got the angle to go.
Don't see that very often. And just when it looked like the Sharks were starting to really claw back this deficit, the Hawke's Bay Hawks just jet out again, and that was Carson.
This offense that the Hawks have going right now, when they're making shots, you can tell it's getting their energy up on the defensive end. It's really translating to the other end of the floor right now.
Hawke's Bay have been happy to take their time, trying to conjure up a good opportunity to shoot. Foul is called there. They have been taking their time, but it's been working. Heading to the free throw line there is Ezra Eagle.
Ezra Eagle feeling good being back home. Had a spurt with the tuatara, was up in Auckland for high school, going to Dilworth. But he's been spoken about. People say he's a pro. The way he carries himself, his goals that he has for himself. He's off to Whitman College over in the States later this season. The Hawks will be happy to have him right now, but apparently he is just a sponge. He works hard, and we can see it pay off on the court tonight.
Oh, the steal for the Hawks. Coming up with it is Allen, and a chance to extend this lead. The deficit was 3, back out to 8.
Jack Ramage just called for that two-hand check on that foul. Tried to take a chest bump, but was a bit late, and I think those 2 hands on the body are what those Barter card officials are calling.
Marlon Carson, he's got 8 points now for the fixture, the leading scorer across both sides. Second one won't go, and the Southland Sharks rather dearly like a bucket to end this quarter, and the pass is almost picked up. Ledger ends up coming up with it. The pass to Burtonshaw, and Burtonshaw lays it in off the board.
Sticks with it. Burtonshaw really making things happen. Hawks initially defended that pick and roll quite well, sorry, should I say. Well, it's a sneaky drive down the lane. What a way to finish, or potentially finish this half for the Hawks.
Yeah, Kobe Costley. It's up to 4 points, and a timeout is called with 0.2 on the clock. So Sharks got to fire the pass in and shoot.
I'm thinking they'll run a set towards the rim. Just given the fact that Burtonshaw's taking it out, you'd think Snow or Ledger are going to get up there, potentially a back pick play coming up. But we'll see what they have drawn up.
The inbound from Burtonshaw. Finds Snow. Snow can't control it. So that'll do us for the second quarter. The Hawke's Bay Hawks on a bit of a heater with the scoring, 21-12. And they are on track for a fairly large margin.
Yeah, they're playing really well. The defense really initiating their offense, getting out and running. See them threw down a dunk in that first half. It is looking good, and led by Son with 8 points. Costley close behind. Will Ledger and Burtonshaw getting things done on the Sharks side, but they really need some more offense. Averaging, 6 points per quarter in this matchup just isn't going to get the job done for Rapid League, especially the way the Hawks are shooting the ball right now.
I'm surprised that the Sharks aren't trying to exploit the slight hard advantage they've got in the paint, especially with Wynyard. It's clearly, we saw when he laid in a bucket, he didn't have much trouble doing it. Why do you think they're not going into the paint more? Yeah,
well, we've seen the Hawks, switch their defense up. They started in a man-to-man and then went to that zone. And I think that's kind of shocked the Sharks' movement, the way they're cutting off the ball and just that presence inside. One person that I'd like to see get more aggressive is Quake Webster. We know he can knock it down. But yeah, if he can get going, they'll have to respect him, and then surely that will open Wynyard back up down low.
They have been treated to a few spectacular three-pointers as well, one of which went in off the board. Was that Marlon Carson who put that one through? As a former player, are you ever aiming for the board from that kind of angle?
I mean, I'm not. I never go for the bank shot. I don't practice that. But what's his name of grown-ups who, like, that's his... Oh,
Adam Sandler.
Yes. Like, if you're an Adam Sandler, like, it clearly works. But no, I just thought that was a real tough angle. But hey, who knows? That might be his trick shot.
I love using a grown-ups analogy for a semi-professional basketball game, but it works.
Hey man, he's like done the hustle. He's a baller. I know he pulls up to the rack.
100% he does.
Him, Justin Bieber.
He's a basketball player in half his movies, isn't he?
Right. He's a pro baller in his other lives.
Yeah, Jack Harlow's getting into that as well, isn't he?
Yeah, White Men Can't Jump.
Good film, actually. I was surprised.
Yeah,
it was the sort of film I was like, okay, Jack Harlow starring in a movie about basketball. It's probably not going to be great.
No, but hey, we're getting surprises all over the show.
Anyway, we're back underway. Third quarter action. Hawke's Bay Hawks up 21-12 over the Sharks as Riley Snow tries to lay it in off the board. Can't get it to fall, and the Hawks will bring it back.
But they went right to what we just spoke about, that size inside. Look at this pace and the movement by the Hawks right now, really making this Sharks defense scramble.
And scrambling well too, but the bucket does come for Eagle, and he's pumped up about it.
They're just looking really connected. This ball is flying. These players are flying around the court. Look at that pass by Maz Taylor to his big man down low. And Ezra Eagle, the smarts to get it up before the shot blocker comes.
Adds the extra two, does Eagle. Makes it a three-point play. And he's got 5 now. The margin is 12. Sharks can go again, driving towards the paint. Bucket doesn't fall, but coming up with the rebound is Ledger, and this time Ledger lays it in.
That is a tough finish down low. We were just talking about angles off the glass. That's a tough one to get. Thought he was going to reverse it on the other side. Has the awareness to know where he is on the floor.
Looks by Hawks to bring it back. They get it into the paint, and some heavy contact there from Snow, who's not happy about it.
Yeah, he's lucky those Barter officials aren't around. But look at the patience, that little head fake, drawing that defender up in the air and embracing the contact to take an easy trip to the Chemist Warehouse.
Allen misses the first.
Now, we've spoken about the Sharks. We thought they had an advantage inside, but let's look at the free throws in these stats right now. The Hawke's Bay Hawks, this trip being their 13th time to the line. On the other side, the Sharks only getting their 6th time in this matchup, potentially speaking to the physicality embraced by the Hawks right now.
Potentially the Hawks just playing a slightly smarter brand of basketball, because when you checks back in, here's Webster. You can see the hard advantage there in the paint for Wynyard. Outside to Burtonshaw. Burtonshaw trying to find a lane. Space closes up quickly.
The Hawks are really connected right now. They're covering each other. They're out early and help outside that charge circle. And right now, just one step ahead.
Costly finds Taylor. Looks outside to Eagle. Foul on Carson. So again, able to sort of exploit that physicality and heading to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Yeah, and that's frustrating for the Sharks. Look at the shot clock. You know, you've played great defense for a solid 23 seconds and giving up a foul in that last second, really just bailing the Hawks out right now. At the same time, the Hawks playing really unselfish basketball, winding that clock down, not afraid to keep moving it and making the Sharks work on this defensive end.
You know, I called the Tuatara game against the Hawks, and we talked about how the spread of points throughout the Auckland roster, showing how unselfish they were. Seeing a similar thing here with the Hawke's Bay Rapid League side. Got 6 different scorers out of 7 on the roster. The 3 ball from Burtonshaw, that was much needed.
Yes, it was. Burtonshaw, a bright spot for the Sharks offense right now. But going back to what you said about the spread of points and the unselfish play, they just look more together right now. And he almost got a hockey assist from the cutter on that one. Maz Taylor down the lane.
Ooh, just won't come off the board the way he wanted to, but it was a good look for Maz Taylor, as now Webster puts up the 3 back-to-back. Bang, bang, go the Sharks.
Hey, and these Sharks have been drilled. They're coming off that NZNBL loss versus the Airs. We know they've been in the gym. They're sticking with it, and they're only down 6, a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that 12-point margin's been slashed in the space of about 20 seconds. The Hawks just look to settle things. Again, taking their time. 4 on the shot clock. Ends up with a deep 3 attempt from Maz Taylor. And potentially that wasn't the look they were trying to conjure up.
No, we know he's a shooter, but he's not found his rhythm just yet in this one. 0 from 3 from deep.
One fall for Will Ledger. That would have really helped the momentum too, as Max Taylor finds a lane all the way to the rim, and that'll help to kill the momentum. Oh, help to keep up the momentum.
Yeah, and that time just showing us his versatility. He can't get it going outside. Let's get an easier look. Down low, Webster back to back, can't connect.
Burtonshaw almost sniping the rebound. Costly into the paint, corner three opportunity for Carson, won't go. 26 on the clock.
Ezra Eagle in that play really just understands the flow of the game. Could have taken that three, decides to get it through some more hands.
Southland Sharks want to finish this quarter strongly. There is a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. That was an open floater there for Webster. Couldn't lay it in though, and then a bit of contact, and both players hit the deck.
I asked for Webster in that half, not as if he can hear me, not like that, but I asked, for him to get going. We've seen him knock down a three. I like that he's being aggressive out of the pick and roll, because if he hadn't made that shot, now it forces that defense to come out off Tautoko Wynyard, opening that big man up inside. But if not, Wynyard is there for the rebound.
Costly doesn't convert the first from the stripe. Converts the second, just got to get the shot off, and a high arcing one there from Webster, won't go. Bit of contact there as he tried to get it away, but the Hawks have a 9-point advantage heading into this final quarter, hunting for their 7th win of the season. But it just showed when the Sharks were able to land a couple of shots, those back-to-back threes, suddenly it was game on.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? They actually won that third quarter 8-7. They finished it. So good things happening for the Sharks right now. They just need to pull together some more stops to really disrupt the Hawks' flow. Don't
forget, we got the Hoops in Schools program running. Every made free throw contributing to it. If you want to get some hoops at your school, use that QR code on the screen to find out more. Southland and Otago, it is your turn, so get amongst it. Yeah, just going through the quarters so far. Hawke's Bay winning the opener 8-5, then the second 13-7. The Sharks pulling one back there. In fact, it's 8-all for that third quarter. The difference is 9. Carson leading the way in scoring for the Hawks with 9, including 2 3-pointers. Ezra Eagle and Cody Costly both had 5 apiece. And on the Sharks side of the equation, Burtonshaw has 7, Ledger has 6.
Man, just eyeballing these stats right now, the Hawks 10 assists, only 1 turnover, doing a good job of looking after it and at least getting a shot up on the rim.
Hawks with the first possession, looking to push this lead back out to double digits. Looking to find a way all the way to the rim. There you go. An early bucket there for the Hawks in this fourth quarter.
Unlucky not to save that one. The Sharks get lucky getting that ball back. But how about that move and the poise by Ball? Possession before. Just took his time with those jabs, his pivots. And here's this ball going out of bounds.
Almost kept it in, didn't they?
Yeah, no comment. No comment by me.
Just take a moment to wipe the court. Been a massive day in New Zealand sport. I hope you've enjoyed it. All Blacks team naming. Unfortunate game for the All Whites in the World Cup. And now some NZNBL action. How good the action continues is a turnover for the Hawks. Almost stolen back by the Sharks. Some heavy contact in the paint there from Allen.
It's a way to get the ball back for your squad, put your body on the line, be willing to step up and take that charge.
Called for the foul, so Sharks will the ball back, and it's some good transition defense there from Southland. Don't need to do anything pretty, just run down the shot clock, get a bucket up. Dane Burtonshaw looking for space in the paint, and that's beautiful off the left mid from Dane Burtonshaw.
Just sticks with that, able to shake the defender with that little punch stop going left.
Burtonshaw's got 9 so far. Hawke's first one doesn't fall there, but the second one, well, they get the offensive rebound, and now from beyond the arc they strike and just keep the pressure on the Southland Sharks outfit. 12 the difference again.
Really, Ball just doing a great job of getting his own rebound, using that length that we spoke about to stick with it and get his team an extra possession. Ledger can't get it to go down the lane.
Zach Allen was looking for a lane, ended up losing possession of the ball. Now leading with the shoulder into the paint there. Was the Hawks as they bring it back and heading to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line as well.
Jack Rimmage that time just doing a great job of digging in off his player, presenting to the ball, able to get a hand in, which initiated that break, able to convert on this Chemist Warehouse free throw line. And that's what they need some more of in these last couple minutes.
Second one rims out. Hawks come up with it. Just over a couple of minutes to go. Taylor feeds Costley. Well, the pass to Ball was initially tipped on. Ball's going to have a go from 3. Ledger with the rebound. And now Webster, can he get going from beyond the arc? There's one. Sharks need more of that.
That's absolutely his shot. We know he's a shooter. That's his second 3 this game, but they're still going to need some more shots. Burtonshaw begging for the 8-second call, but called for the foul instead. Let's have another look at that transition 3. Steps into it, the shooter, Quake Webster.
It's a pretty sight if you're a Southland supporter. Just need a bit more of it. Down 8, minute 40 on the clock. Don't count them out. They've got to score and score fast. Hawke's Bay in possession through Allen. It's Costley. Costley, well, finding quite a bit of room there in the paint. Can't float it in. The Sharks will bring it back. Here's Burtonshaw, their best scorer. Trying to claim the foul. Match officials won't allow it. Foul is called, though, after Carson hits the deck.
Now, I'm not sure what the Sharks' defensive principles are, but in most teams, middle drives are not what you want. And that time, letting the Hawks straight down the guts, putting himself right back at the Chemist Warehouse. Not, I'm sure, what Jonathan Yim is expecting from his squad. Not impressed.
He's not, is he? Two very young squads, though. A lot of time to grow. Hawke's Bay looks to consolidate this advantage. Push it back out to double-digit lead. Costley will have a go from 3. Obi Costley comes off the back of the rim. Defensive board, though, for the Hawks. Looking outside to Taylor. 6 on the shot clock. Taylor puts up another deep 3. There's Taylor. That one won't go, and Snow with the rebound.
That extra offensive possession just took More time off the clock. The Hawks won't be mad about that set.
Webster driving into the paint, tried to give the pass away, and heavy contact.
Yeah, Webster's had a couple tough falls tonight. Let's have another look at it. Right idea. It looked like he got taken out on the top and bottom.
Definitely did. Naz Taylor sort of trying to reach over the top from the back and the side.
I hate that. I know how it feels as a small guard to be that perfect elbow height.
Copping a lot of contact around the eyes, cheekbones.
Oh, yeah.
A few blood noses.
Oh, not quite the blood noses. And I've got I'm an Islander. I've got the coconut head.
First free throw won't go. Unfortunately for Southland, trail by 8. Less than 30 seconds on the clock. Second one falls. Webster's got 7. No players in double digits so far, but the Hawks have a good spread of scorers. This man Naz Taylor's got 3, and that's a good challenge there from Lee. All for the foul though.
And sends him to the chemist's warehouse. To me, with that possession, if you're going to foul, let's do it early. You know, let him walk the ball down that whole half. Just took valuable time off the clock. Naz Taylor in his last outing versus the Tuatara had 7 points. Today sitting on just 4. Struggling to get his 3-ball going.
Second one falls. Sharks got to go quickly. Just a few seconds on the clock. What can they conjure up? Here's Webster for 3. Won't go. Hawks with the rebound. Will close the game out from here with 8.9 on the clock. And this has just been a very well executed, well thought out victory. They've taken their time with their possessions. They've converted when it counts. They found their way to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Yeah, this is a complete different Rapid League squad. Just the energy that they've come out with tonight versus their game just a few days ago versus the Tuatara. They look more connected. They came out hungry. And obviously on both ends of the court, floor around on defense didn't matter that they didn't have the size to match Toto Kawinya down low. They did it collectively. They packed the paint and they made it hard for the Sharks to find an advantage inside.
I suppose you mentioned the number of free throws as well. The Hawks have put up 21 attempts and the Southland Sharks have put up just 10. And that has really, if you look at the scoreboard, proved the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Just that aggressiveness. You know, the refs, the Barter Card officials typically reward the aggressors. If you're going hard, you know, if you take that first punch, kind of just sets the tone for the game.
Chance to finish strongly for the Southland Sharks. Will still struggle around the bottom of the ladder, currently sitting 10th, still hunting for that 5th win of the season. A deep 3 attempt won't go. They'll get another go. Burtonshaw from 3. Burtonshaw slots it. Oh, well, that's a nice way to finish for Dane Burtonshaw. He collects 12 points for the contest. Back-to-back double-digit efforts for him. But the Hawke's Bay Hawks just too good this evening.
Too good. I mean, what a high note to end on. Dane Burtonshaw will be the leading scorer of the game with that 3. But hey, every point matters, and we know exactly where the Sharks sit on that NZNBL ladder, and we know that they're expecting to be in the playoffs, so every point counts. They'll be happy that that last one went down, and you can see it there. Burtonshaw finishes as our top scorer. Son on the other side, putting in a shift, getting in double digits with 10 as well. And how about Costley? Unselfish, 6 assists, very impressive at this Rapid League, how short these games are. And then 8 rebounds by way of Will Ledger. Will Ledger also with 2 steals. But today, the Hawks came out through that first punch, that second quarter, 13 points. That was the difference. Yeah, just too good this evening. The Hawke's Bay Hawks over the Southland Sharks, 36-30. But stick with us on Sky Sport because we've got the full NZNBL match coming up for you
just shortly in about 15 minutes. We'll see you soon. My name was Nathan Lim. Alongside me was Tallfern Crystal Ledger Walker. Stick with us on Sky Sport.
I'm here with Tobias Cameron. Tobias, hey, you're coming into the Hawks' nest tonight. You know, your team has built a strong momentum throughout the season. All right, I'm here with Kobe, the Cobra Kara from the Big Barrel Hawks. Kobe, the Sharks have been among the league's
Southland Sharks are looking to keep pace with the Auckland Tuatara at the top of the South's NBL ladder and bounce back from a surprise loss to the Taranaki Airs. Meanwhile, the Hawke's Bay Hawks, hosting tonight in Napier, are looking for a way to get off the bottom of the ladder. My name is Nathan Lim, and alongside me is tall firm Crystal Ledger-Walker. Crystal, it's going to be tough for the Hawks tonight, isn't it? They had to face the Auckland Tuatara top of the table just 2 days ago, and now back home against the second-place Southland Sharks. Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. When I was looking at this matchup, I got a little bit nervous for the Hawks, but they will be happy. Not that we like injuries, but there's a few pieces missing for this Sharks squad, which the Hawks should absolutely be ready to jump on, with the likes of Tukaha Cooper, Max Darling, Rylan Jones out of the mix for the Sharks. This has the potential to be a really tight game.
Don't forget, you can have your shout using that QR code that just popped up on the screen to let us know who you think will take the lollies in tonight's fixture. And there you have it, the Southland Sharks. Well, a little bit of a gap opened up there for the Auckland Tuatara because of the Sharks' loss to the Taranaki Airs, but a chance to draw back level in terms of 12 wins. Auckland Tuatara will have a game in hand. The Canterbury Rams, the Wellington Saints, the Otago Nuggets in the chasing pack, and there they are, the Hawke's Bay Hawks down the bottom of the ladder, still hunting for their 4th win of the season, coming off an 85-74 defeat against the Auckland Tuatara just a couple of days ago. There's still plenty of action to come this week. Fi and the Sharks back in action again on Wednesday. Just a 48-hour turnaround for them. That's at 7 p.m. in Tauranga. The Manawatu Jets hosting the Otago Nuggets in Palmerston North. The Wellington Saints up against the Nelson Giants in Wellington. Wellington also looking to challenge from the top of the ladder. The Taranaki Airs are back against the Otago Nuggets in New Plymouth on Saturday. And then the second match on Saturday, the Bulls and the Bai in Pukekohe. We're going to take you through the two team lineups for tonight's fixture, starting with the Southland Sharks. And we've got Braden Inger, Caleb Asbury. Tobias Cameron comes into the starting lineup. Keelan Boone and Sam Timmins. We've seen Tobias Cameron have quite the impact off the bench. What's he going to look to bring tonight? Yeah, man, talk about impact on both ends of the floor. We know he takes a lot of pride defensively, dating right back to when he was going to college in the US. He's branded his basketball that way. He's going to be good tonight, but what can he do offensively? Because without Tukaha Cooper and Rylan Jones getting things going out there, they're going to need him to contribute on that side of the ball. Yeah, and we asked him about it. We caught up with Tobias Cameron just a few moments ago.
I'm here with Tobias Cameron. Tobias, hey, you're coming into the Hawks Nest tonight. You know, your team has built a strong momentum throughout the season. You've been one of the league's most consistent performers. What do you believe has been the biggest factor behind you guys?
So yeah, pretty much that.
Awesome. Hey, appreciate your time. Good luck for the game.
Great to hear from Tobias Cameron there. Let's go through the Hawke's Bay Hawks starting lineup. And Kobe Cutter comes into the starting lineup, a rare opportunity for him. He's in for Clifton Bush, who had a worrying-looking injury against the Auckland Tuatara a couple of days ago. They've also got Daniel Greeder in hot form, Keanu Rasmussen also in hot form, Jeremy McLaughlin and Alonzo Burton. The Hawks, while they've had Greeder, Rasmussen and McLaughlin scoring pretty much all their points. Yeah, pretty much all of them. I think only 6 points came off the bench for the Hawks last game versus the Tuatara, but the keys are stopping Greeder and Rasmussen. Everything goes through them. Kobe Cutter is going to have a challenge because the Sharks have a lot of size inside, led by Sam Timmins. We caught up with Kobe Cutter just a few moments ago. Let's hear from him.
All right, I'm here with Kobe, the Cobra Kara from the Big Barrel Hawks. Kobe, the Sharks have been among the league's top teams this season. What has been the focus and preparation, especially given the injuries to some key players on your team, in order to give you
every game? So, yeah, it'll be a big win if we get it.
Awesome. Hey, Cobra, thanks for your time. Good luck for the game, man.
Certainly will be a big win for them. The Hawks down in 11th on the ladder. Let's take a look at some Chemist Warehouse stats, and you can see immediately the disparity between these two teams. The Hawks putting up less than 90 a game compared to 95 for the Sharks, and the Sharks' defence has been, for the most part, tight, 87.8 points per game. That matchup there, the two players we touched on before, Carter and Cameron, what's either got to do to get the edge here?
Yeah, both of those players are key role players. The defense that Kobe Cutter brings, the presence he can bring in the paint will be a massive difference today. And then Tobias Cameron, his presence on stopping the likes of Rasmussen and Greta in transition, picking up full court, will go a long way for his squad.
The match officials for this evening: Brad Clive, Sam Pan and Sam McFadgen. Tip-off just moments away. Okay. Yeah, is it? Is it? The second. So weird. Yeah. I'm not. Sense. The Southland Sharks are looking to keep pressure on the league-leading Auckland Tuatara and bounce back from a surprise 93-84 loss to the Taranaki Airs. They're currently second on the ladder, the Southland Sharks, and they are visiting the Hawke's Bay Hawks in Napier. The Hawks searching for rhythm down at the bottom of the ladder, just 3 wins in season 2026 and coming off a loss to those Auckland Tuatara. My name is Nathan Lemon. Alongside me is tall fern Crystal Ledger-Walker. Crystal, it's going to be tough for the Hawks tonight, and they've had a tough run facing the league-leading Tuatara on Saturday. Just 48 hours later, they have to face the second-place Southland Sharks.
Right, not to mention the travel, the toll that takes on your body, the recovery they have to go through. And, you know, they had 3 players that contributed a lot and played big minutes in that game. So hopefully their physio was on it, their strength and conditioning team has them feeling ready for today, because this Shark squad is hungry.
And don't forget, you can use that QR code on the screen to let us know who you think will take the lollies in tonight's Sal's NBL fixture. Earlier on, if you're just joining us, we did have the Rapid League game and the Hawks got up 36-30 over the Sharks in Quake Webster's 50th game. But let's take a look at the standings, and there they are, the Tuatara leading the league at the top of the ladder. But a win tonight would see the Southland Sharks keep pace with them on 12 wins. The Canterbury Rams, the Wellington Saints, Otago Nuggets and Tauranga Whai all in the chasing pack. But those 3 or 4 teams at the top, from the Tuatara to the Saints, definitely the league leaders. And as we move to the bottom half of the ladder, the Hawke's Bay Hawks still searching for that 4th win. They played 13, 10 losses, and coming off a 85-74 loss against the Tuatara. There's plenty of action to come too for the rest of this week in the Souths NBLs. We look ahead over the next few days. The Tauranga Whai hosting the Southland Sharks, back in action again on Wednesday in Tauranga. The Manawatu Jets are up against the Otago Nuggets in Palmerston North. The Wellington Saints hosting the Giants from Nelson on Friday. Then the Taranaki Airs in action against the Otago Nuggets on Saturday afternoon, and then your Saturday night fixture, the Franklin Bulls and the Tauranga Whai in Pukekohe. We're going to go through the starting lineups for this evening's contest, and we're going to start off with the Southland Sharks. Braden Inga, Caleb Asprey, Tobias Cameron comes into the starting lineup. Keelan Boone and Sam Timmins still missing a couple of players, the Sharks.
Yeah, they are, but you know, bringing Tobias Cameron back in, he's in his 5th game. He is an impactful player, plays both sides of the ball. Be looking for him to step up offensively with Tukaha Cooper, Rylan Jones and Max Dowling out tonight.
Caught up with Tobias Cameron just a few moments ago. Let's take a listen.
I'm here with Tobias Cameron. Tobias, hey, you're coming into the Hawks Nest tonight. You know, your team has built a strong momentum throughout the season. You've been one of the league's most consistent performers. What do you believe has been the biggest factor behind you guys' success, and how important is it to maintain that standard against a Hawks team that's tough at home?
Probably everyone just buying into their roles and how they've stayed bought into their role too. It's a long season. I mean, I just rocked up here 4 games ago. This will be my 5th now, and I like the way things are run here with this club, with this team. And the Hawks are a good team. They like to run in transition, so it'll be a tough time slowing them down.
Awesome. Also, the Hawks like to play, like you said, a fast-paced kind of game and feed off their home crowd. What would be the key areas that you guys need to control tonight if you want to leave Napier with an important road win?
Just doing our best to slow down Keanu and Greta. They're 2 of the fastest players in the league. I think together they average 40 points together when they play together. So it's a tough task, but very doable, especially with our team and our roster. So yeah, pretty much that.
Awesome. Hey, appreciate your time. Good luck for the game.
Good to hear that Tobias Cameron's enjoying his time so far with the Southland Sharks. Let's go through the Hawke's Bay Hawks lineup, and Kobe Cutter comes into the starting lineup with Clifton Bush getting injured against the Auckland Tuatara a couple of days ago. Dan Greta is in hot form for the Hawks, as is Keanu Rasmussen, Jeremy McLaughlin, and then Alonzo Burton rounds out the lineup. But Greta, Rasmussen and McLaughlin, they did pretty much all of the scoring for the Hawks last game.
They did. Outside of them versus the Tuatara, only 5 points coming from the rest. One person I'm going to look to have a hotter game tonight is Burton. He just had 1 point in that loss versus the Tuatara. We know he can get hot. They'll need him to get going tonight.
Kobe Cutter, rare opportunity starting for him. We caught up with him a few moments ago.
All right, I'm here with Kobe, the Cobra Kara from the Big Barrel Hawks. Kobe, the Sharks have been among the league's top teams this season. What has been the focus and preparation, especially given the injuries to some key players on your team, in order to give yourselves the best chance of slowing down the Sharks and protecting home court?
I mean, yeah, Sharks is a tough team. The following week, we obviously had Tuatara as well, which is another top team. So we've more just been focusing on us and how we play. We're trying to play fast. We've been struggling this season, just obviously at the bottom of the leaderboard. We're one of the teams at the bottom. So we're just trying to go through every game as we go.
Awesome. Also, how much motivation does the team take from facing one of the competition's benchmark teams? And what statement would a win tonight make about your team?
I mean, the statement would be really proud of ourselves. Obviously, again, one of the top teams in the league. I feel like a lot of teams have been sleeping on us, but we haven't been getting blown out by every team. We've kind of just been sticking it close every game. So, yeah, it'll be a big win if we get it.
Awesome. Hey, Cobra, thanks for your time. Good luck for the game, man.
Certainly would be a big win for the Hawks. We're going to go through some Chemist Warehouse stats now. And as we pull it up, I mean, you can see the disparity between the sides. Once they do come on the screen, there they are scoring. The Sharks putting up nearly 95 points per game. The Hawks less than 90. And the Sharks have had some pretty good defence for most of the competition as well. But let's look at that player spotlight. 2 of the players we've touched on, Tobias Cameron and Kobe Cutter. What's either got to do to get the edge tonight?
Yeah, both of these players, real role players. Tobias Cameron, great on both ends of the floor. We know he takes a lot of pride in his defense, but like I mentioned, what can he do offensively with those three guards out? And then Kobe Cutter, he spoke about being slept on. His numbers don't reflect it this season, but let's look back at a year ago when he got opportunities. He stepped up in big moments. He knocked down some game winners, and I think he's primed for this opportunity to start tonight.
Match officials for this evening: Brad Clive, Sam Pan, and Sam McFadgen. The Southland Sharks still missing three players. We sort of mentioned earlier, but Rylan Jones, he's out with a groin injury. Tukaha Cooper's missing with an ankle complaint. And Max Darling still out with that pesky calf. But Rylan Jones is a massive out for the Sharks. And they're looking for leadership. They're looking to bounce back after they were rattled by the Airs last time out. It was a niggly game. There was a lot of talk on the field, on the court. We saw even a player get ejected for a technical foul, an argument with a member of the crowd. So, you know, Coach Yim will want them to settle down and just, I guess, play their game. Potentially an opportunity for the Hawks to try and rattle them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Sharks, we saw them put up that graphic a few days ago when they said, you know, 10 wins in a row, who can stop this team? I don't know if that got the Airs fired up, but the way this Hawk squad just came out in rapid, they look like they're really locked in, dialed in tonight to put on a good show. And the Sharks, this whole season feels like a little bit of a redemption year for them. The way John Yim's going, we know he has high standards. I'm sure that they've been getting beat down in practice and they'll want to perform tonight.
Yeah, and I guess with Rylan Jones being out, they're looking for another point guard, the likes of Caleb Asprey, who is 7th in the league for scoring, putting up 21.5 points per game, to potentially take on more of a facilitator role, be more of a playmaker, and step up in that regard.
Yeah, and we know he can do that. Last year we saw him play more of that point guard role. You're right, Rylan Jones has a lot of offense go through him, averaging 16 points per game and just under 7 assists. That just shows how much he gets the things rolling on the offensive side of the floor. But Tobias Cameron is another one that absolutely has the capability to go out and put some points on the board. Between him and Caleb Asprey and then also Keelan Boone, I think they have the guards to cover those key players that are out.
We mentioned the Hawks, I suppose, struggling to score outside of Greta, McLaughlin and Rasmus, and the likes of Alonzo Burton, who only had, was it 1 point last game? Like, what do you think the coach would have been saying to them about just getting that confidence up?
Yeah, just that confidence in themselves. You look at the shots that got put up. You know, those three players put up majority of the shot. Alonzo Burton, 0 from 8 on the field. I don't expect him to have another game like that. I'm sure he's been in the gym. He's a pro. He's been doing this for many years. He'll know how to get himself ready back at home. And let's remember, last time they were at home, they got the dub versus the Bulls in overtime. So they'll feel good back on their court, back on their ribs.
Just about to get underway in Napier. Sam Timmins will be competing for the tip-off against Jeremy McLaughlin. McLaughlin averaging 13.7 points per game, 5.7 rebounds. Sam Timmins is a bit of a double-double machine. He's averaging 18.6 points, 10.8 rebounds. Second in the league for rebounding. First in blocks with 23 as well. So he's set to have a big impact on this game. Timmins winning the tip-off for the Southland Sharks, and here is Caleb Asprey looking to shed up the first offensive launch here for the visitors. Inga driving into the paint. We know how good he is from beyond the arc, but there he is laying it in off the board.
Yeah, Inga straight inside, straight to the rim, no hesitation. He's slotted into the Sharks team with great confidence this season.
Braden Inga, as that pass flies out of bounds. Braden Inga, third equal in the competition for three-point average. Averages 3 a game. He's 33 total so far this season, and is an absolute weapon, especially from that bottom corner. As the Hawks pick up the steal, and taking it to the rim is Jeremy McLaughlin.
That's a way to get your first bucket on the board, letting your big man get out, get a touch. And look at McLaughlin, the way he runs. Might go to him more often. Timmins with the fancy footwork inside, able to get it over McLaughlin down low.
Sam Timmins, it's exactly what he's used to, what he's good at. Spinning, finding that space in the paint. Here's Rasmussen for the Hawks. What can he get going? Another dodgy pass there for the Hawks, and the turnover comes the way of Braden Inge. Just seen a couple of those early sort of passes that have not found their mark as Asbury's layup doesn't go. Timmins with the offensive ball. It's a nice defense there from Greeder. Him and Timmins lying on the ground together, wrestling for the ball.
Greeder is a competitor. He gives up a lot of size down low, but he doesn't fear anyone, challenges that shot, not afraid to get on the floor. And how about Sam Timmins hustling after it, getting down there too? This full court pressure by Tobias Cameron, obviously locked into Rasmussen. He knows that between Greeder and Rasmussen, they had 50 points versus the Tuatara.
McLaughlin trying to lay in another, can't float it in. We really got the floater going in that Tuatara game, especially in that second quarter. I think he had 4 of pretty much the same shot as Timmins. Replies at the other end.
Goes straight at him. What's going to be key for the Hawks tonight is Jeremy McLaughlin's defensive discipline. He needs to stay out of foul trouble, but still try to keep Sam Timmins quiet. Burton looking good. That's a way to get himself going.
Burton, that'll be an early confidence booster after went 0 from 8 in the field against the Tuatara on Saturday. It's an early bucket. Here's Timmins. So strong at the rim. That time it doesn't fall, and tipped out by Dan Greeder.
Sam Timmins has great awareness where he is on the court, different angles on the backboard. That time uses his body to spin and hold that defender on his back.
It'll be Sharks ball. Asbury over the top to Inge. Tried to get the pass to Timmins, and reaching a hand in there was McLaughlin, but called for the foul.
Okay, this is the discipline I was talking about. McLaughlin cannot afford to get in foul trouble. The Hawks are without Tommy Ferguson, Clifton Bush III, Chase Jeter, and actually Jacob Murphy, who makes his presence known inside with his rebounding. They need McLaughlin on the floor tonight for them to have a chance in this game, because we know Sam Timmins is one of the best bigs in this league.
Certainly is. Aimed at the All Black squad for games against the Philippines and Guam in early July. Spinning there is Cameron getting it.
Hey, we spoke about how he was going to go on this offensive side of things. If he's going to be aggressive like that, things are looking good for the Sharks. He has that physicality. We know his bloodline, where that comes from. Not afraid to take it at anyone and post someone up. Bully ball time.
Tobias Cameron adds the extra from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Early 5-point lead for the Sharks. Looking to bounce back from a surprise loss to the Taranaki Airs. Here's Rasmus. Corner 3 opportunity for Kobe Cutter. Air ball. Timmins with the ball.
Like that, Kobe Cutter's looking to take that shot, though. We know that's in his bag. He has the ability to knock it down from deep. That time almost got the tip.
Almost a steal for Kobe Cutter. Cameron's feeling good about himself from beyond the arc. That one just a little off. Not a bad look, though. Rasmussen through the legs of Boone. The 3 ball from McLaughlin won't go. Here is Boone. Oh, big contact there with Greeder. Gives him a hand up.
I thought Boone was about to put someone right there, but then I realized it was Greeder who also has the hops to meet him in the sky. Tough foul on the head of Boone on that take. Keelan Boone has been to the free throw line over 30 times this season, shoots it at 84%. We know he's a 3-level scorer and has that versatility to be quicker than bigs and taller than most guards.
Boone slots both. The Sharks shooting at 70% overall as a team from the free throw line. That's 7th in the league. Hawks just behind at 69%. Here's Greeder. Greeder finding a bit of space in the paint. Up and under and in and one.
Okay, now I told you off air I was listening to the Above the Nest podcast, and you know what they have nicknamed for Dan Greeder? DG Damn Good. And on that take, we saw that.
Certainly did. Dan Greta in hot form, had 27 points and 15 rebounds against the Tuatara on Saturday, and he was our MVP, even though the Hawks went down, but just unstoppable both ends of the court as that free throw rims out.
And he just competes no matter what the score is, no matter what the time or place in the game. He is going to show up and be an Energizer bunny for this squad.
Southland Sharks, there's Boone. Thought about the deep three, will instead take it to the line and in and out for Boone. The Hawks going to come up with it is Dan Greta getting to the baseline. Whoa, sends Asprey to the court.
And this is where Dan Greta is so dangerous in transition. That one-on-one matchup, he is tough to guard. Asprey's quick though. He felt like he got his body there. And he's clearly upset.
Might have been slightly hard done by there, Asprey, but foul goes the way of the Hawks. There's Rasmussen. Fires the pass to McLaughlin. McLaughlin finding a bit of space in the paint, laying it in.
Sorry, I actually think that's Alonzo Burden, and that's his second time getting to that left side for a layup. Asprey pulling the trigger.
Doesn't come for Asprey, but here's Boone, and Boone laying it in off the ball.
Boone, once again, those long strides, those long limbs, able to get himself close to the cup for the easy lay.
Here's Burden. Finds Cutter. Greta from beyond the arc. Dan Greta is good.
Greta on a heater right now. You've got to put a hand up on him. His eye is in.
Certainly is. Almost to the rim. Boone with the offensive board, and he's a two-way player. Boone can put up rebounds, can put up the three ball, can take it to the rim, and he's such a threat.
And that's that size advantage. Floater game activated for McLaughlin. Just that size on the glass between Boone and Timmins. And yeah, I think they've got that call right with a carry.
So the Sharks had that early advantage, but the Hawks have since brought it back. And Greta, Burden doing well, and yeah, just carry there. Just got that right foot going a couple of times, little hop.
We know Asprey's quick, but not that quick. Not too quick for our Bartercard officials. Picking that one up nice and easy.
Rasmussen finds Burden. In the quarters, Ezra Eagle as well. The deep three attempt won't go. There's Asprey. Bringing it back with pace, Asprey. Looks for Enger in the corner. He's dangerous from there. Won't fall that time. Rasmussen with the rebound.
Great vision from Asprey to see a shooter waiting in the wing. Burden called for the travel on that tape.
You're not calling it like the NBA, where you can basically travel on every possession.
Right, all that gather step talk. They don't even really call carries much in pro leagues around the world.
Why not? Should they tighten up on it?
I'm not sure. You know, moves look cooler when you can kind of float with the ball, get into your step, you can get deeper in your bag. But I'm with calling that, and you know, Asprey's one was definitely obvious.
Enger spinning. Hang up the baseline. Step back, won't fall. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Hawks ball.
The Hawks doing a solid job giving the Sharks just one shot, getting the ball back for their squad, especially, as we mentioned, with that size advantage.
Here's a lane. Rasmussen to the rim. Ties things up at 15 apiece in the opening quarter. Cameron wants to get moving. Corner three opportunity, but Burdenshaw.
What a way to come off the bench for Burdenshaw. Was hot and rapid, carries over to the cells.
Rasmussen just a little short on that three, and well, Caleb Asprey was pushed there. by Quake Webster. Not happy about it either, and I'm with him.
Yeah, but if you know, Asprey could go two ways. He could absolutely get fired up and just take this game over, or he could be taken out of his game if he keeps arguing with these officials. And with Ryland Jones out of that mix, that cool-headed floor general, Asprey needs to be locked in for his squad.
We saw the Sharks team get drawn into the verbal battle in their last game and might have contributed to their undoing, as well as Eagle heads to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
Now, we've spoken a lot about Ezra Eagle's IQ, his professional goals, the way he carries himself. That time, great read along the baseline. He has to be smart. He doesn't have the height advantage in that small forward position, but he makes up with it with his IQ and the way he steps up in the right times.
Converts the first, does Eagle. Early opportunity for him in this contest, as well as Maz Taylor off the bench after the Rapid League victory.
We've already seen a few Hawks players, or Jackson Ball at least, go to Wisconsin University. Ezra Eagle will go to Whitman College later this season. Burdenshaw another.
Oh, knocks it down again. Dane Burdenshaw, stop it.
Ching Ching from deep. Burdenshaw locked in, get a hand.
Rasmussen, look out. Draw the foul. Things starting to heat up here late in the first.
Rasmussen, it's a way to respond, taking it straight to the rack. There's that quickness that Tobias Cameron mentioned, but how about the athleticism to challenge Sam Timmins, one of the best shot blockers in this league.
Around the world a couple of times and in for Rasmussen. Keelan Boone and Dane Burdenshaw both leading the scoring so far with 6 points. It's Caleb Asprey bring it down the left edge, now trying to find some room in the paint. Layup won't fall, but again we'll draw the foul.
You know, that's a smart take by Asprey. Dan Greeder, a key piece to this Hawks squad, now sitting on 2 personal fouls, and that's trouble.
John Yemenez on a trademark sweater vest. Has one for every occasion.
Does he have a sponsorship?
Well, he's definitely got a stylist. Asprey converts.
You see the Sharks in a 2-3 zone again.
Taylor puts up the 3. There's Taylor, that one won't go. Here's Asprey looking into the corner. Opportunity for Webster, won't fall. Trying to keep it in desperately as Boone punches the table.
Hey, they're getting all the action down there on those corporate tables.
You often do. Often have players ending up under the table or in between the tables.
Last season, I think we were tracking Josiah Alec, who was a part of the Sharks, how many tables he broke by falling out of bounds. Well, we don't see many punches. Keelan Boone very frustrated that he didn't bring that ball in.
Some more full court pressure from Tobias Cameron, the man with no off switch. Here's Rasmussen into the paint, trying to get all the way to the rim and doing superbly. Space just sort of kept opening up for him. Here's Boone.
Sorry, I've been really impressed by Rasmussen. The moments he chooses just to take over, when he knows Greeder's not in the game, he's got to go get him to the rim, make things happen, play make.
Rasmussen, well, he'll do it again, all too easy, down the left-hand side.
Right, 3rd time we've seen him attack that way. Someone's got to step up and help and meet him early.
23 all, what a contest we have so far. Here's Taylor with the steal. Pressure on by Cameron, Taylor recovers it. A chance to go ahead here for the Hawks.
I like
Rasmussen tried to find a pass into the corner, tipped off.
Sorry for cutting you off. I like the matchup between Maz Taylor and Tobias Cameron. Their mums played together in the Tall Ferns, Janelle Cameron and Kirsten Daly.
Can't get it to fall off the board. Less than 50 seconds to go in this opening quarter. We're locked up 23 apiece. Shows how competitive this league really is when you've got the second place side in the competition against the last place side. Rasmussen looking for a bit of space in the paint. Instead will give the pass away. They'll have a shot from the outside. Won't go. 5-second difference between the game and shot clock, so should be another opportunity for the Hawks, at least one. Cameron all the way into the paint.
He is just tough. Maz Taylor asking for the push-off, but Tobias Cameron, when he puts his head down, he finds a way to get himself to the rim. If he can't get around you, he will go through you. Like I said, not a stranger to playing the bully ball game.
So Tobias Cameron with a rare start. He's got 3 points so far. Make that 4.
He came locked in that pre-game interview. We heard him speak about people buying into their roles. He's absolutely done that, stepping into the Sharks squad. And they cut that interview off a little bit early with Clifton Bush II. A shout out if Pero Cameron's watching, Tobias Cameron's dad. He said, "Hey man, you're too small." Message put out there by Clifton Bush II.
Fighting words. Here's Taylor. Can they finish with a flourish, the Hawks? No, they lose it. Final opportunity now through Webster for the Sharks. Webster to the rim, lays it in, count it. And the Sharks finish up 4. That's Quake Webster. What a finish from him.
Let's have another look at it. The quickness to get out and the body control, the awareness to know that the defender was right behind. Gets it up. And what a way, like you said, to close that one out.
So we'll head to a quick break. It is the Southland Sharks leading the Hawke's Bay Hawks in a tight contest so far, 27-23. Stick with us on Sky Sport. Back in a few moments. The Southland Sharks with an early 27-23 advantage over the Hawke's Bay Hawks in Napier following the first quarter. But potentially a little bit of concern for the Hawks. My name is Nathan Lim. Alongside me is Tortuan Crystal Leisure-Walker. Crystal, Dan Greta, probably the Hawks' most important player, has already picked up a couple of fouls.
Yeah, interesting that Will Lopez has him out on the floor right now. We see most coaches, if players get 2 fouls, they'll sit most of the first half. But you said it, Dan Greta, a really key piece to this Hawks squad and a reason why they were able to start this game strong.
He's still out on the court there as Rasmussen brings it back. Carter. find a bit of space here in the paint as McLaughlin finds it.
Man, his floater game is so consistent. And these last couple, he has been money from that space inside.
Here's Sam Timmins. McLaughlin guarding him. Timmins doesn't have too much room, trouble getting around him into the rim.
McLaughlin did a pretty good job of making him get a catch far outside the paint, but Sam Timmins, you know, he won a world championship as a 3-on-3 player. He's versatile. He knows how to stretch it out as well.
McLaughlin tries to lay it in. Timmins with the rebound. Caleb Asbury, wow, took a couple of leaps before floating that one in.
He said, you're talking about athleticism. Let me check into that chat. That time, big steps down the lane.
Oh, almost pinched there by Timmins. Burton still has it. Gets it outside to Cutter. Cutter drive all the way to the rim.
Great decision, well, can I speak, by Kobe Cutter just then. We saw him miss a three from there earlier. That time, little up fake, jab step, gets himself closer to the cup.
Oh, McLaughlin and Timmins really getting into a wrestling match there. Some hands in the air.
That McLaughlin's second foul. Another one if you're the Hawks that you really don't want getting into that battle. Yeah, Ezra Eagle coming to check him out real quick.
McLaughlin has to take a seat on the bench. Here's Timmins, guarded by Eagle. Timmins, layup no good. Burton with the rebound.
Be interesting to see if they stay with the single coverage on Timmins with McLaughlin out of the game. Burton feeling it from deep.
Won't go Sharks with the rebound. Burton, one of those players they really need to step up with the score. Here's Asbury getting hot from the three-point line.
We mentioned he was a little bit riled in that first quarter, and he has come out with a point to prove.
Just had his foot on the line though, so it'll only count as two as the Sharks through Tobias Cameron bring things back. Here's Asbury.
Longest 2-point ever. Get those dogs back.
Timmins, well, the Eagles not doing a bad job. Had a bit of help there from Cutter as well. Ball splays out of bounds.
The Eagle, the active feet. Feels that spin in the active hands, getting the reach to disrupt that ball. And Ezra Eagle standing up right now against the big man.
Here's Greeter back on the court. Gives it to Eagle. Eagles short-range shot won't fall. The difference is 8. Timmins looks for Boone. Keelan Boone, uncontested three. It's good.
A quick timeout by the Hawks. That's just too easy for Keelan Boone, and you don't want to let him get going. Up to 9 points. If you go under that screen, he is going to make you pay. Like we said, 3-level scorer, Keelan Boone.
Had something to say too. He's not totally happy, Keelan Boone.
Oh, between him and Asbury, they fell short last year in the championship game. They've come back this year to prove a point. Keelan Boone looking hot right now. You know what else is looking hot? How do you like that segue?
Good transition. I was going to say, you know what's making me happy? It's a $30 large cheese pizza from Sal's. Use that online code SalesChamp26. Valid until tomorrow. No, I don't have any dinner at home, so yes, my plans are sorted.
Hey, get amongst it. Only a couple more days to get in on that deal before it goes away.
Margin was only 4 after the first quarter, but the Sharks have come out strongly, immediately stretching it to 11. What have they done so well at the start of this quarter?
Yeah, defensively, they're getting stops. They're getting it into their bigs. But that 3-ball going for Keelan Boone. Asbury's come out the second quarter with an aggressiveness about him to get to the rim. The Hawks just need to step up, especially, well, Greeter's back in there, but especially without McLaughlin's size inside.
It'll be the Hawks with the restart from the baseline. Looks like it's going to be another full court press from the Sharks.
You know, when you have someone like Rasmussen bringing the ball up, playing that point guard role, the press isn't even just about getting steals, as we see Tobias pick one off there. It's also about tiring him out.
Caleb Asprey, he's going to put up another from beyond the arc. Caleb Asprey!
Hey, how many times are we going to see him hit that little sitting down position this game, giving the refs a stare down?
Here's Carter looking for a lane, finding it. Can't lay it in, though. Eagle comes up with it. Here's Greeder to the rim. Greeder finishes it off.
Great extra possession and hustle by Ezra Eagle to get that ball back on the glass. Great positioning.
Here's Winger. Gives it to Boone. So many three-point weapons, but they can sure make it work in the paint as well, can Keelan Boone. 14 now, the mark.
Beautiful taken awareness that there was no help on that backside. Made the read to spin. Greeder short on the three.
I suppose just because the Southland Sharks have so many attacking weapons, just keeps the pressure on the Hawks to convert when they do get opportunities up the other end. As soon as they have a run of a few misses and lose a bit of rhythm, that lead will just stretch out as Inga loses the ball, regathers it, spins and lays it in and off the board.
Inga very comfortable posting up Alonzo Burden, previously a Southland Shark. They're very familiar with each other. Inga knows what move he can go to.
Greeder up against Timmins. That's a tough ask and draws the foul. Timmins isn't happy.
Just have a look at Greeder weaving his way through traffic. The patience, tries multiple fakes. And that time I think maybe just on his head. But I like that. If Greeder's like, I'm going to get in foul trouble, if these refs are going to call that game this way against me, let it give it straight back to you as well.
The difference is Dan Greeder. Makes it 14. Inga. Asprey. Burtonshaw back on the court. Switches over to the other side. Here's Timmins. Getting a few shots at the back from McLaughlin.
I think McLaughlin thought it was a foul, so did Timmins, but he stepped out of bounds. Once again, this full court pressure by the Sharks.
Here's Greeder. 4.5 to go in the second. Greeder thought about the three. Burtonshaw was there, gives it to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin floats it in off the left mid.
Great dish by Greeder, able to draw two, leave the big man down low, all alone. Cameron can't respond from that pocket.
Pass was almost picked off by Cameron. And we're seeing, oh, Greeder's unhappy. The Hawks are really unhappy.
I was like, what are you watching? I'm right here with you, and I saw it the other way.
Absolutely doing his nut on the sideline there is Will Lopez, the Hawks coach. But it will be Southland Sharks ball through Caleb Asprey. Just looking to maintain this healthy lead that they've cultivated in the second quarter. Led it only by 4 after the first, and here's Inga from deep. Asprey will have a go. No, he won't. He'll give it outside to Cameron, inside to Timmins. Timmins double teamed, and the foul is conceded.
That is third.
Coach Yim also having a yarn to the match officials on the sideline there. Tough life being a match official, isn't it, in any sport?
Yeah, but we need to give them the respect. Can't play the game without them. Asprey straight down the lane. Get out of my way.
Caleb Asprey says, give me some space and give me a platform. Jumping out from Rasmussen is good.
He is so good at pulling up on that right-hand side of the court. That left foot down first, usually money.
Tobias Cameron over the top to Asprey. Asprey will put up another. Why not? Caleb Asprey feeling himself early. Inger ends up with a rebound. Cameron will have a go from three. Tobias Cameron.
Oh yeah, and giving Coach Yim some love on his way past as well. Tobias Cameron missed one from there earlier, but has the shooter's confidence to step into it again.
Rasmussen looking for a reply, looking for an option. Eagle will have a go from three. Tobias Cameron just making sure his foot wasn't out of play there.
Making it very obvious to Brad Clive on the baseline as well.
There he is again. Tobias Cameron looking for a lane, getting the shoulder going against Greeter. Floats it in. 5 points in a matter of seconds for Tobias Cameron, and this lead is 17.
And that is what you call smart. Dan Greeter's on 3 fouls. You know, he can't really play as aggressively as he wants. Went straight at him. Easy lay inside. Tobias Cameron up to 10.
What do the Hawks need to do to rein the Southland Sharks side in? Because this is getting into dangerous territory early.
Yeah, I mean, someone needs to step up. You know, you can't let someone like Tobias Cameron get going outside and then have the confidence to take it straight down the lane. These Sharks players, they feed off that. When they start get going, they really, you know, put it on.
Don't forget, player timeout means it's time to talk about BNZ's ticket to the big game as Rasmussen can't get going. BNZ giving away 5,000 tickets to school groups, sports groups and community groups to get people along to a NZNBL game. Asprey, have another one.
Pretty looking shot. Second three of the ball game, up to 14 already in this first half.
Caleb Asprey. He's Greeter. Looks outside. Corner three opportunity for Rasmussen. Rasmussen's good.
That's a great kick out by Dan Greeter. Drew a lot of attention inside. Extra pass around the outside. Frees up Rasmussen for the three.
Burtonshaw finding a lane. Burtonshaw to the rim, off the board. Southland Sharks, the points are flowing.
Southland Sharks is doing a great job of attacking from the perimeter, getting paint touches and taking it straight to the Hawks' body right now.
Keelan Boone giving his teammates some love as well. Particular chest bump there with Caleb Asprey. 2 imports really getting going against this Hawke's Bay Hawks lineup.
Let's have another look. Burtonshaw coming off hot off the pine, knocking down the 3 ball, not once, but twice. That same side, Asprey also stepping into it. He's got 2 threes. Keelan Boone has a 3 of his own. That's the second one Asprey got. They're making it rain down in Hawke's Bay.
6 3-pointers already for the Southland Sharks, who are top of the league, shooting at 36% ahead of this game from the 3-point line. The Hawks, on the other hand, they're 11th. They're dead last in the league, 29% from beyond the arc, but these are foreboding signs for the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
Yeah, we're seeing those averages stay true to start this game. 42% from 3 for the Sharks. If you're the Hawks, you've just got to contest, make those looks a lot harder because it's about to be a long night if they keep going that way. 19
points the difference. Still a minute 46 to go in this first half. Hawks need something to try and stop this momentum. Here's Burton. Reader off the court. Webster guarding Rasmussen. Rasmussen getting into the paint, has to deal with Timmins. Here's Eagle, trying to float it in. Oh, that's beautiful from Ezra Eagle.
Great timing by Ezra Eagle. 4 points in the match. That's a great take down the lane and good awareness to know the shot clock.
Webster. Oh, yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Whoever's doing the scoring for this match is going to have a sore hand afterwards because they just keep coming for the Southland Sharks.
Hey, I love to watch basketball when the ball's going through the hoop. Webster finding space with the little step back to the left.
There's Eagle. Denied by Timmins.
Timmins said, get that soft sauce out of here.
Opportunity for Boone, corner three. Oh, why not? Make it rain. 62.
They are humming right now. Can the Hawks finish this half off strong?
Rasmussen gives the pass to Carter. All Timmins has to do is stand over him. Carter looks outside to Carson. Carson, corner three opportunity. Short. Asbury with the rebound, and they will head into halftime sitting pretty. The Southland Sharks up 22 after 2 quarters. Some outrageous three-point shooting for them in the first half. 7 three-pointers overall.
I think Caleb Asbury might have got that BNZ player timeout in just in time. I thought they were walking off the court too.
It looked like they were all walking off, but we'll have another go. An opportunity for another bucket, potentially. Timmins can't quite get it to fall, so it will be 62-40 at the end of the second. The Southland Sharks are going up on one. Stick with us on Sky Sport. We'll be back with some stats and analysis for you in just a few moments. Southland Sharks leading the Hawke's Bay Hawks 62-40. And what has been a massacre in the first half here in Napier. My name is Nathan Lim, alongside me, Tawfun Crystal Ledge of Walker. Crystal, we are witnessing a masterclass in shooting from the Southland Sharks.
Are we what? 46% from the three-point line. We knew the Sharks team was going to come in hungry. We knew they were not happy dropping that game versus the Airs, but I did not expect them to come in as hot as they have. Look at that, 3 players already in double digits for the Sharks. All of them guards, all of them having a 3 of their own. Burdenshaw has been good off the bench. Timmins has been using his body well inside for the Hawks. Greta is doing Greta things, so is Rasmussen. Burton has been good, he's been aggressive at the rim. But Greta on those 3 fouls, that's a pain point for the Hawks right now.
Yeah, 100%. The Sharks' top score of the season is 118 points, which they put up against the Jets. The top score in a game overall in the league is the Wellington Saints, who put up 126 against the Bulls. Could that scoreline potentially be under threat in tonight's game? But the Sharks, they're not just scoring, but they're playing well defensively. You saw a number of steals as well. They're putting pressure on the Hawks at both ends of the court.
Yeah, absolutely. They're transitioning really well. They're finding their shooters when they're open, and they're just humming, especially in the back end of that first half. They finished that second quarter with 35 points.
So there you have it, the Southland Sharks leading the Hawke's Bay Hawks 62-40 in Napier. Stick with us on Sky Sport. We'll be back with the third quarter action very soon. The Southland Sharks leading the Hawke's Bay Hawks 62-40 in Napier, and we are getting treated to an absolute three-point exhibition in these first couple of quarters. The Southland Sharks shooting 46% from three, as we'll have a look here. Getting amongst it also was Dan Greta of the Hawks, but Crystal, it's just been an exemplary performance for the Sharks.
Yeah, we said it. You know, it's been a while since, it feels like it's been a while since the Sharks last played. They look rested. They look like they've been in the gym. And right now, they are clicking and firing on all cylinders. The Hawks need to change something up defensively because the Sharks squad is just getting into their shot with ease. And look at that, Asprey doing it all, feeling good, dunking it down the lane. Cameron getting in, stepping up, and Ryland Jones, Tukaha Cooper's absence. It does not look like the Shark squad is missing pieces right now. Key pieces at that. Boone stepping up big time. But yeah, what can the Hawks do defensively to put a lid on the Sharks team?
Well, it's so difficult for the Hawks because of how many threats the Sharks have from range. Dane Burtonshaw's hit 2 threes. Caleb Asprey's hit 2. Tobias Cameron's hit 1. Keelan Boone's hit 2. As we take a look at the Your Shout vote, the Sharks was 67% of the vote, and quite rightly so, but so hard to shut down the Sharks outfit because they got so many threats. Braden Inger's yet to hit a 3, and he's usually their go-man.
Exactly, and he's shooting it at that small forward position. So not only, you know, do you have all these guards popping off, you have big men that can step out and stretch the floor as well.
I suppose the Hawke's Bay Hawks are also having to deal with a little bit of foul trouble. Dan Greta and Jeremy McLaughlin, 2 of their key players, 2 of their key scorers. Greta sitting on 2 personal fouls. McLaughlin on 3 already.
Yeah, that's tough going. And without that guy on screen right there, Clifton Bush the third, you know, that battle inside, really, the sole size falling on Jeremy McLaughlin at 6'8". Ezra Eagle, though, he's been battling down low. He's had some key stops against Sam Timmins.
Well, obviously celebrating inclusion round in the South's NBL this week, making sure that everyone knows that people of any sexuality, creed, colour are welcome in our game. Good to see some Napier fans fighting through. It's a Monday night. They're doing well to show up on a Monday night when the team has been struggling.
Yeah, they get out, they get around and support this squad. If you're looking for ways that you can learn more, check out their podcast, Above the Nest, available on YouTube. And I was, like I mentioned already on this call, I was listening to it on the way up here, and hey, I got to know some of these players a little bit more. Jeremy McLaughlin, I didn't know, was friends with Sam Timmins before he came over, and he was actually a reason why he joined the New Zealand NBL.
Third quarter action just about to get underway, and that is a hat. My goodness me. Where did he get that?
And the Shark helmets, they're out there. Those fans traveling for their squad.
I might need to get one of those.
Best hard hat around.
Wear that on the building site. Burton with the inbound ball to get things underway for the Hawks. Will want to start strong in this third quarter, trailing by 22, and one of the men will be pivotal to that is Dan Greta. Here's Cutter in for Bush, who's injured against the Tuatara. Rasmussen firing the pass there to Burton. Burton can't float it in, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Burton unlucky not to get that shot to go. Did a good job of putting that defender on his hip, getting enough space to get to his floater.
Caleb Asprey with ball in hand, finds Boone, Cameron, Timmins. Oh, beautiful communication with Asprey. Thought about putting it up, gives it to Cameron, and we're going to keep going from the three-point line. The Southland Sharks. Oh my goodness me.
That was a great play. Drake Sam Timmins got that big man out of the middle, which opened up the alley-oop. Tobias Cameron with the steal.
Tobias Cameron, the steal, denied by Rasmussen. He did well there. Cameron looked like he could have been all on his own. Rasmussen, good hustle to get up there and challenge the layup.
Yeah, he has the athleticism, and look at Dangrida hustling back. He never gives up on a play. That time has the smarts just to hold it on the ground. He knows Tobias Cameron has quick hands.
The difference. Timmins finds Boone. Timmins posted up, getting in there and disrupting. Was McLaughlin, and Reeder comes up with it, gives it to McLaughlin. He'll have a chance to finish off his good work up the other end of the court. That's nice play from Jeremy McLaughlin.
And the Hawks just keep playing through contact. Tobias Cameron tried to do a take foul on the drive, get it on the ground, but the Bartercard officials don't call it.
Caleb Asbury with ball in hand. Boone thinks about the three, gives it to Cameron, over the top to Inga. Inga, who's had success in the paint thus far in the game, but snatched there by Rasmussen. Some good work from a couple of his teammates there in the paint. Rasmussen, he's denied by Boone.
Rasmussen just does not stop. Good hands by the Hawks to get themselves going. Boone not able to establish himself back in court before reeling in that ball.
Burton. Rasmussen pulls up a little bit too far on that. It's Asbury. Loses it into the back of Timmins. Falls though for Boone. Caleb Asbury looking for a little bit of space. Going for Inga on the wing. Watch out! Braden Inga slots his first three of the evening.
With him hitting that three, everybody on this Shark squad that has attempted a three-point shot has cashed in.
Timmins with the accidental deflection at the back of his arm. The difference is 26, if you can believe it.
Tough going. Right now the Hawks with that zone.
Dangrida trying to find a bit of space in the paint. Looks outside to Burton. It's cut up. Three Sharks around him. Floated in there as McLaughlin. Won't go. And the Sharks will bring it back up the court. Cameron to Boone. Kalen Boone. Oh my word. Stop it.
Get out of town. Keelan Boone. Third three-pointer, and that's a step outside of the arc. That suffocating defense leading to transition threes like that one.
Gets the dap up from Coach Yim. Have a timeout. And there's going to be plenty of fodder for the highlights show if you want to catch up on the action on Tuesdays. My goodness me. The Southland Sharks outfit showing how versatile they are from range. Boone didn't even bother making it to the three-point line.
No, he was like, you're going to pick me up back there. I'll make you pay. Hand down, man down.
Well, they're just having fun now, and we're still so early on in the game. We're only less than 3 minutes into the third quarter. Southland Sharks outfit looks like they're on a training run.
Hey, that scoring record that you read out, we're going to have to keep an eye on it because they are on track to blow that out of the park.
Wellington Saints put up 126. The Southland Sharks record for this season is 118. But they are well on their way to trumping that.
You know, we spoke about the Hawks having that quick turnaround. That fatigue might be setting in. They started this game really strong, but the Sharks have had a great response.
What can the Hawks conjure up? Rasmussen will have a go from deep. Air ball, that's not going to help. They just need something to spark their inspiration, the Hawks, and get a bit of momentum going because the Sharks are just on a run.
A lot of individual playmaking from the Hawks right now. Rasmussen deciding to pull that long trigger.
Inga, double teamed. Looking inside to Timmins now outside to Cameron. Oh my!
It just looks like a drill. They're playing against cones right now. Look at how the ball is moving and flowing for the Sharks.
I don't even know what to say. The bucket doesn't fall for McLaughlin, but...
Yeah, no, look at that ball movement. Tobias Cameron, third three. The second one with 3 threes from the Sharks team.
They are 11 from 19 from 3, shooting at 57%. I mean, that's just insane.
And this is without Max Darling, Tukaha Cooper, Rylan Jones, who can also all knock down the 3-ball. When you have everyone showing up shooting like this, dangerous signs.
They won the second quarter 35-17 and are currently up 12-3 in the third. $30 points the margin. They can just keep going. The Sharks under absolutely no pressure. Boone, don't leave him unmarked. Don't leave this man unmarked either. Intercepted there. Much needed for the Hawks.
Right, the Hawks a little bit more disruptive on that set, trying not to let them reverse the ball. Rasmussen, great answer, getting a paint touch, airballed that 3, gets closer through the body of Cameron.
That's what we're used to seeing from Keanu Rasmussen. Very intelligent player, takes his opportunities. Haven't seen too many of them in this game. Tobias Cameron, oh, go on, why not? That one doesn't fall, but you cannot blame him for putting it up.
Absolutely not. If you're seeing space and you're some of these Sharks guards, pull that.
There are those fine young gentlemen with the hard hats. Timmins lays it in.
So you talking about floater game? I got some of my own. That signature spin to a stronger right hand.
Burton to Taylor, back to Rasmussen. What a great pass, but controls it. His man's Taylor, trying to create a little bit of space. Burton, Boone's on him. Burton, step back 3, short. Timmins with the rebound.
Sharks doing a good job of packing that paint and not letting the Hawks get paint touches. Tobias Cameron, change of pace. Denied.
And denied by Jeremy McLaughlin, who comes up with the rebound as well. That's good work, and Hawks just able to slow this momentum a little bit for the Sharks just over the last minute or so. Dane Burtonshaw gets set to come back in.
Jeremy McLaughlin, we know he's a shot blocker. He's had 5 in one game. Actually, in his first game in the league, we know he's capable of defending the paint.
Rasmussen. Put up a 3-ball. Need a few of those. Do the Hawks. They're going to call this deficit back. Asbury with the rebound, trying to work his way through into the paint, looking for space. Eventually gives the pass, picked off by Carter. Carter with a fast break opportunity. He'll wait for his teammates. Opportunity for McLaughlin. Just a little bit sluggish.
I love seeing the refs' reactions when players start getting at them, but you're right. McLaughlin is a big man down low. You'd expect him to put those ones in. Good dish by Rasmussen. He's working really hard right now. He'll take his seat. To remember, he played 37 minutes versus the Tuatara just a few days ago and is taking a big load on today. This is a tough stretch of games for the Hawks. They're coming off just playing the Tuatara. They step in to play the Sharks. And next up, they have the Rams.
The top three in the competition, all back to back to back. Very difficult for this Hawke's Bay team. Trailed by 29. Asprey, long pass into the corner. Inga. Was it outside to Burdenshaw? Oh, just keep going, lad.
Burdenshaw perfect from the floor tonight. 3 threes. The Hawks short on that try.
Isaac Allen with the three-point attempt. Inga finished off by Asprey, but the foul was called beforehand, so Inga to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
And that's the danger of taking threes, those long rebounds that lead to the offensive transition. To a Sharks squad, all 5 of these players on the floor right now can initiate it and go coast to coast.
Feels like this game's hardly stopped.
Yeah, you're telling me, if you're the Hawks coaching staff, you just wonder at what point, and I think they're already starting to do it with resting Rasmussen, McLaughlin right now, the only starter on the floor.
Inga knocks down the free throws. Dane Burdenshaw is 3 from 3 from the three-point line. Shooting at 100%. He's costly. Rapidly plays getting involved now in the turnover from Eagle. Falls into the bread basket of Burdenshaw. Here's Asprey hitting the hops going. Oh, that is just beautiful from Caleb Asprey, showing his class.
Asprey, those hop steps. His change of pace is really impressive. It catches the defense, off guard. As a defender, you usually try to time when you're going to contest shots with that rhythm, but because Asprey's so athletic, can play those quick steps, he can take his time down the lane, that time able to draw a foul and get to the Chemist Warehouse.
Adds the extra. 37 points to margin. Oh no, this is falling to pieces for the Hawks. Picked off by Burdenshaw there.
Let's go back to this quick turnaround. The Sharks, they've had, a whole week to get ready for this game, to lock in on the scout, to know personnel. The Hawks, they've only had a day to really turn their attention to the scout versus the Sharks. I think we're seeing that play out in how these two teams are matching up defensively and locked in on the personnel.
Asprey gives it to Boone. Boone back on the court. Boone from deep. Keep going. Oh my word.
4 threes, 20 points, and we're not even in the fourth.
40 points the difference. This is a massacre. Allen. Oh, he's good. Isaac Allen getting amongst it. Good on him. Asprey. Hopped a bit of a grab there from Taylor. Tried to sell it. I'm not sure if the ref is buying it. He's not happy. Just twice Cameron just getting in there, telling his point guard, just calm down. It's okay. We're up by 37.
Exactly, and these refs are right around the league. They know these players, they'll remember your name. It's not worth, starting something that you're going to regret later on down the season.
Boone. Boone this time will drive into the paint. Caleb Boone is a man mountain.
Get out of the way, that little hezzy step. Buys him enough space, Mez Taylor. Can't get it to go, and the Sharks are feasting right now.
Well, there's a dead hawk in the ocean, and the Sharks are just circling. Tobias Cameron, a rare miss from beyond the arc. Opportunity here. Allen goes back to back.
Hey, Allen, he's been sitting on the bench, said, I want a piece of this rain game. Have another another look. That's the first behind the screen, and that second one, both on top. He hit one in Rapid League, I think, as well.
But, well, this is just going to keep going. Burtonshaw comes up with the offensive board. Again for three. Another offensive rebound. Cameron gives it to Burtonshaw. Corner three. Burtonshaw! 4 from 4.
Those offensive rebounds, though, are what are killing the Hawks. Cannot give them multiple attempts, especially when they're this hot.
Ooh, a lot of bodies in the middle there. A lot of traffic. Running straight into it was Webster.
A smart decision by Webster. Had Ezra Eagle running out at him on that closeout, puts it on the floor. I think Alonzo Burden's face in that shot says it all.
I mean, if you're Will Lopez, if you're the head coach of the Hawks, what do you say to your team at the break before the fourth quarter?
I would say we're at home in front of home fans. You know, it doesn't get much easier than this. Let's have some pride, step up, and at the very least, give them only one shot on each possession.
There's still pride to play for in front of home fans who have made the effort to go and watch them play on a Monday night. Here's Allen, being great from three. Eagle over the top and conceding possession again.
And just little things like that. That was a great look. Ezra Eagle, great recognition to go high-low. But let's finish the play.
Get it to fall off the board, so they'll give it outside. Boone thought about the deep three, gives it to Webster. Webster back into traffic.
This defense is where it needs to tidy up. The offensive rebound, and then Webster straight at the D. A lot of contact. Yes, he might have been straight up, but his feet were not set. Quite Webster drawing fouls out of this Hawks side right now.
Well, it is an opportunity now for the Sharks to just rest their top players. Sam Timmins off the court, Caleb Asprey, Braden Inget taking a seat on the bench. Second one falls there. Keelan Boone with 22 points in this game. Cameron has 16. Asprey had 17. Rapid League looking outfit out there for the Hawks as well is Costly. Gives it to Allen. Loads it to McLaughlin and loses it. Short, the Sharks back in possession is Cameron. Boone will put up the three off balance and foul.
Coach killer that.
You're shaking your head.
I am. I'm disappointed for them. I mean, that was great defense. You were there on the closeout, but just bailing Keelan Boone out in the end, giving him 3 chances at it. You know, just this defensive discipline for the Hawks. 95 points in 3 quarters. Shocking.
It's just outrageous. They've scored 35 in consecutive quarters. They put up 70 in 2 quarters. 71. I don't know if we can say a hell of a lot more. Sharks 97, Hawks 54, make it 98-54. Sharks well on their way to setting the top total this season. It is 53. 98-53. Stick with us on Sky Sport. We'll be back in a few moments. Well, there's an absolute massacre going on in Napier at the moment, and it's the Southland Sharks up 98-53 over the Hawke's Bay Hawks. And there's still another quarter to go. My name's Nathan Lim, alongside me talking Crystal Ledger-Walker. What are we witnessing?
Yeah, you know, we can see that Will Lopez is not happy. He's got his starters, other than McLaughlin, back out there. Wants him to finish this game with some pride, and Greta also was not happy, setting a lot of that third. Steps in to tighten this game up slightly.
Yeah, still pretty loose, this game. Asbury looking for Cameron under the rim, can't find him. Dan Greta, one of the leaders who really want to step up and help these youngsters, I guess, finish with a bit of pride.
And he's a fan favourite. You know, there's a reason why they keep getting him back, why he stays in this league. He plays hard no matter what. He buys into the team culture, and he really wants to put on a show for whatever franchise he's representing.
And getting the rebound too. Great hustle there from Dan Greta.
You know, you can hear it in how he talks in his interviews. He truly cares. He's truly bought in, not just about how he's going, but how all of these young guys see him, the role modeling effort he leaves. And Kobe Cutter, great take inside with the finish right in front of the rim.
There you go. The Hawks are up 5-0 in this fourth quarter. Good start. Here's Asbury. Caleb Asbury will put up the three. 1-1-4, but the Sharks have been prolific from three-point range, shooting 14 from now 27. As another one goes in off the board from Cutter.
Already said it, a lot of pride in Kobe Cutter's game. Great takes in response to start this fourth by him.
Cameron. Bias Cameron gets into the paint, floats it up, won't go. John, this has been a strong performance from Tobias Cameron with a rare start. He's on 16 points.
If you're the Hawks squad, you're not looking at the score, you're thinking one possession at a time. Let's compete.
Boone's in there. Gives the pass away to Riley Snow, who is fouled, and we'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Also celebrating inclusion round in the South NBL this round, a league-wide initiative and reinforcing basketball as a game for everyone. So across rounds 11 and 12, teams around the Motu are recognising inclusive basketball, community groups, volunteers and athletes of all ages, backgrounds and abilities. It's a reminder that basketball is more than wins and losses, a game that connects communities and welcomes everyone onto the court.
Hey, there's a lot of roles in our basketball ecosystem where you can get stuck into the game. A lot of these clubs need volunteers. We need floor sweepers out there. We need fans. Get amongst it. Basketball definitely is for the whole whānau.
Greta. Oh, yeah. 2 3-pointers early on in the fourth for Dan Greta.
Dan Greta up to 15. Now well under still his season average, averaging over 20 points.
Almost pulled off a steal there as Boone stepped back. 3 won't fall. Wrestling for the offensive rebound and getting it is Riley Snow. Carter comes up with it. The top total of any team this season. There's another 3 falls, this time from Burton. And the Hawks, well, they've started this fourth quarter strongly. Obviously got a rev up from the coach at third quarter time. Let's take a look at the highlights here. But they've started this fourth quarter 13-0.
And led by that guy right there, Dan Greta, knocking down shots and forcing turnovers on the other side. With that play that you just saw on your screen, he had the awareness to know his shooters waiting in the wing. And Alonzo Burton will be very happy that that one went down. That's his first made 3 for the last 2 games.
And you'll be happy if you get this down, your large cheese pizza. $30 from Sal's online code. Use that before it expires tomorrow. So get amongst it. Sal's Champ 26.
I'll tell you, a few people that have been logged in and on it though down in Hawke's Bay are these dancers and the DJ. He's had the vibes going.
Certainly has. Also had the Hoops in School program running with every made free throw contributing to the program. If you want to find out more, use that QR code on the screen get some hoops at your school, Southland and Otago, it is your turn, so get amongst it.
Perfect game to scan that QR code. Surely a lot of Southland Sharks fans watching on. I'm sure you can think about a friend, some kids you know that could use a hoop and practice some of these fancy moves we're seeing out on display tonight.
Sharks yet to score in the fourth. It's Asbury getting into the paint. Inga from the wing. Won't go. Still no shots have fallen for the Sharks in the fourth. It's Asbury spinning in the paint, trying to get the offload away, and Burton comes up with it. Sharks really struggling. Have they mentally switched off a little bit potentially in this fourth quarter?
Potentially, you know, they went real hot those last 3 quarters, but still to score.
This time it's Cameron. Cameron gets the Sharks' first points of the fourth quarter and brings up triple figures with still 6.5 to go in the contest. The top score in the league this season with 126 from the Wellington Saints. The Southland Sharks' highest score of the season was 118, so a chance to knock off both of those records, but just 2 points so far in the fourth quarter. That's pretty well. He lost his footing there.
He did really well to not travel that, keep his feet on the ground, and that's what you don't want to happen if you're the Sharks squad. Or those injury, or potential injuries, those slips, they come on, especially when you're up 30 like this.
It would be an incredibly frustrating time to lose a key player to injury when you're up 30.
Especially when you have, 5 other key players, or 3 really key players, 5 total out on your squad.
Here's Webster. Burton Shaw. Boone. Keelan Boone pulls up. I'm off the rim, and Rasmussen with the rebound. He's been pretty quiet tonight, Rasmussen, although I say that actually he has got 15 points.
Quiet for him,
For him, yes.
Great take by Ezra Eagle with the turnaround to his right just then. The Hawks doing a good job of giving the Sharks squad one shot, getting the rebound and capitalizing.
Inga. A little bit of fist pumping there from Ezra Eagle.
Definitely the right call by the Bartercard officials. Inga traveled a long way with that ball, and Ezra Eagle once again just stepping up on the defensive side. Greeda giving us a show.
Oh, just showing his class there. Dan Greeda, 19 points in the contest. He's got 4 rebounds, 5 assists. And, putting up anywhere around 20 points on a night where your side has really, really struggled offensively is impressive as Boone gets the offensive board and lays it in.
But okay, Burton, I see you getting up, challenging that. We know Boone can throw it down. Rasmussen with the fake handoff, takes it himself. And that's something that's been working this game, is Rasmussen turning the corner, getting to the rim.
What an exciting time in basketball coming up in New Zealand basketball as well. The Tall Blacks and a couple of tests in early July against the Philippines and Guam in Auckland. Player out here today who is involved in that squad is Sam Timmins. Where do you see the balance of the Tall Black squad at the moment? What kind of health do you think the national side is in at this point in time?
Oh, great health, especially on our men's side. The way the Tall Blacks are going, the depth chart that they have. What a privilege it is that we have Judd Flavel in our commentary team, able to speak on his selection, the game style that he's trying to play. We've heard him say that he's chosen potentially some of the 3 fastest guards in Taylor Britt, Ty Webster, and Shea Ili. We're excited to see how they can push the pace. And look at this pressure from the Hawks.
Inga gets the pass and they get away with it, the Sharks. The Hawks are leading this fourth quarter 23-6. Completely against the run of play. Maybe a little too late for the Hawks, who still trail by 28. Another pass is picked off by Inga.
Yeah, I don't think the Sharks are sweating too much. They still have Sam Timmins sitting on the bench. Greeter, this is where he's dangerous. This is his game. Transition. Yeah, baby, give me that.
Dan Greeter, he's got 21. Rasmussen 17, McLaughlin 13. Good to see contributions from Cutter and Burton as well. Ezra Eagle has 6. Isaac Allen had a couple of eye-catching threes, so he's got 6 as well. So good to see a few more scorers for the Hawks. After McLaughlin, Greeter and Rasmussen did almost all of the scoring against Auckland. Only 5 points not coming from those 3.
Oh, I thought Tobias Cameron might have got that charge. The refs think otherwise. Let's have another look. Tried to take it in the chest a year ago. Tobias Cameron, knowing for his ability to step up, put his body on the line and take it in the chest. The refs don't agree that he had his feet set on that one. You see him give the little nod of agreeance to Brad Clive, the Barter card official.
Keelan Boone has had a night to remember. 27 points and 4 from 7 from 3. Dane Burtonshaw though, 4 from 4, 14 points, 100% from the 3-point line.
Yeah, 4 from 4 from the 3, 5 from 5 from the field. He has come off the bench on an absolute heater. I mean, the mental toughness that you have to stay ready to stay locked in the game. He's only got on the court just under 11 minutes and able to put up those numbers. And let's also look at, he's got 3 steals. Leading with his team there, Brandon Inga and Tobias Cameron also have 3 steals. But that's what you want to see from your bench players, that they're able to come in and make that type of impact in that short time span.
He's obviously one of their key players in the Rapid League side. Which unfortunately went down to the Hawks 36-30 earlier on, but Carson for the Hawke's Bay Hawks had 10, top scoring for them. Burtonshaw put up 12. So another key contribution from him. The corner 3 for the Hawks is good from Burton.
Lonzo Burton, second 3 of the game, hit one in the right corner that time, gets it in the left.
All the way to the rim this time as Tobias Cameron won't go. Inga with the rebound and finishes the job.
Good follow by Inga, averages over 5 rebounds per game.
He's costly. A bit of NBL time. Eagle from beyond the arc. Tell you what, the Hawks are playing some good basketball. They've scored 30 in this 4th quarter. The Southland Sharks have scored just 8. They've scored 32.
Wow, if that had gone down, that was a killer cross by Quake Webster.
Yeah, eventually lays it in. Difference is 25, so this margin has been cut, and it's going to be cut a little more too. Nice layup from Cutter.
And that's someone that's really stepped up to end this game. Kobe Cutter coming alive late. Beautiful cut. We know he has the ability to finish around the rim.
Yeah, Kobe Cutter, big night for him. Elevated to the starting lineup with Clifton Bush. With a rather worrying injury against the Auckland Tuatara was helped from the court. But Kobe Cutter coming into this lineup, he shot 5 from 7 from the field. He's got 10 points. Chance to add another one. Showed a lot of maturity for a young player in this contest, and definitely not given up, despite the scoreline blowing out a wee bit.
Yeah, from Napier Boys High School. He also does Corridor with Kobe and edits their podcast, a man of many talents, as we see Riley Snow down the lane on the right-hand side.
Speaking of many talents, did I hear you say that Sam Timmins has a rap song?
You did hear me say you can check that out on Spotify. We have multiple, talents across our league.
Does he have a rap name? Or is it just Sam Timmins?
I'm pretty sure it's just Sam Timmins.
What's the song called?
Forbidden Fruit, I think, something like that, as we see Kobe Cutter once again making his mark known late in this one.
Yeah, I found it. I think it's this one, Sam Timmins.
Oh. Mixing it up.
I'm going to resist the urge to play it off my phone into the mic. 110 to 89. 100 seconds to go in this contest as Hawke's Bay go up to 90.
At the end of Rapid, we spoke about the points differential and how much that matters in this league, especially when we see how tight it gets towards the end of the season when we're thinking playoffs, positioning, matchups, who will face who. These teams are going to fight till the very end.
Well, I suppose one positive the Hawks can take out of this game is the way they have finished. They've stood up, you know, pride on the line really, and they have really pulled back this margin. Scored 37 so far, and the Southland Sharks have 100% buttoned off. They lead with around 40, but some of the young players have stood up, and Kobe Cutter, one of those who's put his hand up and said, look, I'm here to play.
Yeah, and that's a bright spot. You know, you have all these injuries, especially for the Hawks, especially in that inside that front court. So someone like Kobe Cutter able to get confidence out of this, hopefully makes the most of this opportunity and will be a great stepping stone moving forward, especially because it doesn't get much easier. Rams up next, another squad who is in fine form.
You're still pretty early on in the season too, so still plenty to play for, plenty to be motivated by Hawke's Bay Hawks. They can still pull this back in terms of the season. It's a long season. A minute and a half to go in this contest. All the bench players on for both teams and laying it in there as Webster.
Quick Webster, quick change of pace, quick off the mark.
There's Taylor. Over the top to Costley. Costley will have a go from three off the back of the rim. It's Eddie Deck with the rebound. Ramage is all over him.
It's interesting to me when the Hawks run that pick and roll, going to the strong side with two players loaded. They just drive into the defense. That time Ezra Eagle popping into space. Again, the bank's open.
Another three ball goes in off the backboard. And the Hawks have shot brilliantly from beyond the arc in this fourth quarter. They've put up 40 for the quarter.
They should take confidence from that, knowing that they can score. Someone that's been confident, that stays perfect. Dane Burdenshaw, fifth three-pointer, 5 from 5.
Outrageous from Dane Burdenshaw. The threes are just flying now for both sides. Costley almost finds a lane. 10 seconds to go in this contest. What do you think the Southland Sharks are going to be most pleased with coming out of this?
I mean, they're shooting, how hot they are right now from deep. That's always a plus. We know that they have Sam Timmins who dominates inside. But when you have guards that are knocking down shots like that, you can't double off. You can't put two on Sam Timmins because they're ready and waiting in the wings. And all four other players have shown the ability to get it down from deep.
BNZ player timeout. Giving away 5,000 free tickets to school groups, community groups, people along to the big game, so make sure you get amongst it. Here's Webster. And laying it in there is Snow off the board.
Oh yeah, Quick Webster's got a bag. That quick cross again, that time ending in an assist for him. He is shifty, he's looking good. And what an experience being able to play under players like Keelan Boone and Rylan Jones-Tukaha Cooper, who have, you know, that dancing rhythm to their ball handling. That was a BNZ player timeout, so get amongst it. Scan that QR code for a ticket to the big game if you missed it. Don't worry, comes up every game.
Costly tried to receive the pass over the top from Paul. Goes over the baseline, just 0.6 left on the clock.
Son just saying, hey, as soon as you get this, got to put it up. Don't have time to dribble.
Taylor will put it up. It'll fall short. And the Southland Sharks completed dominant 117-93 victory over the Hawke's Bay Hawks, with all the damage done through that middle period, putting up 35 points in the second quarter, 36 in the third. And we can see some of the highlights here. An absolute treat to watch this team go about their work from three-point range. They finished 15 from 31, shooting at 48%.
I mean, it wasn't all terrible for the Hawks. They responded well that last quarter, but Keelan Boone really showed his class tonight. He'll go away as our game MVP, 27 points, 5 from 5 from the free throw line, 4 threes, 60% from the field, but it's the confidence that he came out with, the momentum that he gave his team. Also had a steal to go along with it. 8 rebounds, 4 of those offensive. And look at that, giving his former teammate a warm embrace. Lonzo Burton, we know he's a leader on any squad he joins. But let's check out these Chemist Warehouse stats. Another player that we've got to highlight for the Sharks has got to be Dane Burdenshaw off the bench. He was perfect from the field. In 14 minutes of play, was able to get up to 17 points. Tobias Cameron did another great job facilitating, stepping into that point guard role in the absence of Rylan Jones and Tukaha Cooper. And on the Hawke's Bay side, Rasmussen and Greta doing what they do, 21 and 17 for them. Kobe Cutter, the second half really came alive, finished with 15. Ezra Eagle was good off the bench with 12. But at the end of the day, this Sharks squad came in here hungry. They weren't happy with how they went against the Airs, and they flipped the script tonight.
They have a chance to keep up that momentum as their road run continues. They're heading north to face the Tauranga Whai on Wednesday evening, before the Manawatu Jets host the Otago Nuggets Thursday night in Palmerston North. The Wellington Saints are your Friday night fixture against the Nelson Giants at TSB Arena in Wellington. The Taranaki Airs, they're in action against the Otago Nuggets in the first Saturday afternoon fixture, before the Franklin Bulls host the Tauranga Whai in Pukekohe. And well, the Sharks, they've just kept the pressure on the Auckland Tuatara at the top of the NZNBL ladder, which will pull up now, but just going level with them on the number of wins. The Tuatara do have a game in hand, but they'll be pleased, the Southland Sharks, with their bounce back, because it was an uncharacteristically sloppy performance against the Airs. Coach Yim looking very relaxed on the sidelines after this game, understandably, but he'll be happy with how they've responded.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that bench staying ready, staying locked in. He knows now that he can trust the depth of his Sharks squad.
Well, there you have it. The Sharks are running away 117-93 victors over the Hawke's Bay Hawks in Napier. We thank you for your company on Sky Sport. My name is Nathan Lim. Alongside me was Torfin Crystal Ledger Walker. You have a fantastic week.